But right now, I can't really afford it, man.
Why is that so?
I'm running low on cash. I need to find a part-time job right now. Probably
Ooh,
can't
then,
work as an MNC.
then the next team will definitely help you out because they're making a app for finding a job.
Well, let's hear from them. So our next team is Yurita, right? What do I have? Sky.
You fucking.
Huh? Well, it's a.
Wait a minute, Proud. Why is there a picture of a bucket with holes in it?
Okay, first of all, Rachel, this is not a bucket. This is a sieve. Or for those of you who are more creative, you might see a gold pan. But for us, we see a future. We see a foundation to our product, a game changer in the world of job search. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Proud.
My name is Rachel.
My name is Unsa.
My name's Leo.
My name is Mingzhou.
And we are Yurita. Yurita. Our company's name is inspired by two words, Yurita, which is a wooden sieve used for gold panning in Japan, and Eureka, which most of you might already know means I found it in ancient Greek. And these two words perfectly sums up who we are. We are a tool. We're a sieve that filters and finds for our customers the perfect job position. So here's how it works. We start with a big pool of open job positions which are put onto our platform by the companies themselves, and we'll talk more about this later on. And to narrow down this very large list, we use a series of questions that will ask our customers about their preferred work environment, and this is to filter out the options that will not suit them. So in the end, in the sieve, we'll be left with the options that best suit our customers. But then you may ask us, how do we know what questions to ask our customers, and how do we know what jobs are perfect for them?
So we sent out a survey asking adults what factors determine what factor determines like a perfect job position. So this is what they replied, which is salary, happiness in work, environment, being able to use the skill they have, a balanced environment, and being able to work the job they like. So from the result, we make a list of questions, which ranges from broad to specific. For example, the third question we ask, how urgent do you want the job? We ask this question because the person might be in a hurry, so we could simplify the quiz for them. And for question 6 and 7, we ask them because salary and work environment is the most important factor for determining our customer perfect job.
And with more funding, we'll hopefully do a larger scale research and we'll come up with better questions.
So why a quiz? Why use a quiz? And what makes Yurita different from Monster.com or other job search tools? Our mission is to facilitate and spice up the arduous and stressful task of job finding. With the use of a quiz, Yurita gets rid of the long and inefficient steps of searching and scrolling. As the user answers a series of questions on a quiz, Yurita finds the list of all possible jobs that best suit the user. Or in other words, quiz questions ensure better fit of employer and employee. That means more job satisfaction. Also, we connect customers with HR of companies in a chatting system in the app. And this is why we are different from other job sites like Monster.com.
So what global problem are we tackling? There are two. The first one is unemployment rates. Unemployment rates is defined as the percentage of the total labor force that do not have a job in an economy. And according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development's data, last year about 5.3% of the total labor force were unemployed in the 32 member nations. And in Thailand, the total labor force was at 39 million people last year. And from 2001 to 2019, the average unemployment rate was 1.4% in Thailand. But last month it was 1.1%. Now you might say that 1.1% is a low percentage, but 1.1% of 39 million would be around 430,000, and still 430,000 compared to 39 million sounds like a small number. But even with those who were already employed, only 60% of them were satisfied with what they were doing. So this meant that the other 40% didn't really like what they were doing. So the Yurita solved this problem by, firstly, Yurita makes it more fun and easy to find jobs, and therefore will encourage people to look for jobs and will lower the unemployment rates. And also, since Yurita will find jobs that are suitable to each customers, the customers will be more satisfied with their jobs and will have longer work periods.
The second problem is an ever-growing world issue that has been affecting high-income countries like Japan and European countries like Germany and Italy. You might be wondering, what problem is this? Well, it's a product of an aging population, a shrinking workforce, and an increasingly stressed out workforce. Yeah. But you might be thinking, this doesn't affect Thailand at all because it's an upper middle income country. Well, the fertility rate for Thailand is 1.48 births per woman, but the replacement fertility level is 2.1. This means replacement fertility level is the average number of children born per woman, at which a population exactly replaces itself from one generation to the next without migration. This means that the newer generation is going to be smaller than the older generation, as you can see by the population pyramid above. The majority of Thailand's population is around the late 30s and early 60s, and as you can see, it's pretty obvious that the younger population is much smaller. On top of that, life expectancy is also increasing, which Thailand's life expectancy in 2016 for females was 79, and for males it was 72. But how does those two factors affect the economy? Well, with a declining working age population and increasingly dependent population, it can really affect the economy in adverse ways, like declining economic productivity, higher labor costs, delayed business expansion, and reduced international competitiveness. All these can put a lot of stress on the working population and people entering the workforce. This app can help the working population as being a middleman by dealing with all the time-consuming tasks that are related to job hunting. So from these two main problems discussed by Leo and I, the target audience might be somewhat obvious. The target audience are the younger working population and the overall younger population that will grow up to enter the workforce over time, and minorities who are unable to be employed due to the lack of knowledge for current employment environment. An example is stay-at-home moms who used to work and decide to join the workforce again. We help by again being the middleman and dealing with current nuances of the workplace environment, as we are from a younger generation who are more aware of such nuances.
And although our app is free, we'll earn profit by the commissions given by the companies and advertisements.
So we will finally be showing you the prototype app. So two people from our team will go down to the judges table and give a first-hand experience of how to use the app, while Proud and I will be explaining the contents of the app.
Does the link not work, or can we go back to the slides then? Plan B, sorry. So we have a prototype here. Are you guys ready down there? Okay. So Rachel will explain the theme of our application.
So with the sieve and the panning, it actually links to a much more bigger concept, which is panning for gold or gems, and how it doesn't matter the age, how old you are, or the skin of your color, and your background, or what kind of gender or sexuality you have. You can always just go to the river, and you can always pan for gold and gem. Just like this, how we will decrease the risk of discrimination.
Okay, so I'll be explaining how you use the application now. So if you're new, you will press sign up, and then you start. And then if you're an employee, you will fill out these information, like last name, job experience, and you'll put your resume on there as well. And then you click next, and then you can begin our quiz. So we will press start quiz. And then, so since Mingzhou said, our quiz is gonna start from broad to specific. The section 1 will be the broadest type of questions. For example, we only put one here just as an example. So that, and then we'll click next, and then it'll say panning when it's loading for the results, and it's to match our theme of gold panning. So once we're done, Eureka, you found your job. So you see what we did there with the pun. Anyways, and then so this will be the list of job positions that come up for you.
So you will get a results. So the employee will get some results of employers that they can choose from by finishing the quiz, and they will get a profile that will look like that, and they get to swipe left or right to accept or decline their offer, and they can know more information about through the about section, or by clicking the profile where it will lead to more detailed information. Well, our target audience isn't just employees, it's also employers. So the employers also get their own personal section in the app. And as you can see, they have to also have to complete a sign-up page where they have to include details about the company. And in the about the company, they have to add in more details. The additional information will give better understanding for the employees, so they will know what they're deciding when they finish the quiz. The employees also get profiles of the employers also get profiles of the employees, which they get to swipe left and swipe right. And if it just so happens that the employer accepts and the employee accepts too, a feature will pop up, which is the chat room, where the company's HR gets to talk to the employee, and they get to discuss about contract details, or maybe for further discussion like interviews.
And that's it. Thank you.
The prizes.
That's
Oh, I have